Morena, welcome. Um, I'm Gillian St. Kevin, author of Empowering Queer Fantasy That Confounds Expectations. Usually at this point, I would introduce my amazing co host, Jamie Sands, but today is Jamie's birthday, so he is taking a well deserved break and just having what sounds like a really lovely day. Hi, Duck. Morena, nightmare week last week. Sorry to hear that. But this week I'm working on plot refinements for my second draft. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, and this second draft implies a finished first draft. So that is very exciting. Yep. Jamie has a Facebook post where they are collating all of their birthday messages so they don't miss them, and it seems to be working very well. It's like it's not my birthday, but I'm looking at all of the messages that Jamie's getting and feeling like, yay, this is awesome. So yeah, um, that's really nice. Um, yeah. Let me see. My we started a little late because my stepdad came in to chat with me briefly before heading out. Um, but yeah, I am in a little bit of a strange place because I've woken up with a headache and I've taken some Panadol, but it hasn't yet kicked in. So waiting for that to start. And I also don't know what I'm doing today because and this is quite I should celebrate this. Yesterday, I finished the fourth part of my Victorian Secrets series, and these are short stories. So, yeah, that feels nice because this one took ages to finish because I kept on getting interrupted while working on it. And I'm sort of torn between getting jumping straight into Serious Crew, which is what I want to work on for November for NaNoWriMo, or maybe getting some of my freelance stuff off my plate so that I can, when I start working on Serious Crew, just 100% focus on that. And having said that all out loud, and acknowledging how much getting interrupted disrupted the writing experience of my latest Victorian Secret story, I think, yeah, it will not be as much fun, but working on freelance stuff this morning and getting myself organized for the coming week is probably the smarter thing to do. But yeah, so Saturdays are where we pause and look back at the week we've just had and sort of reflect on what we've achieved. Oh, Duck, your headaches sound awful. Yes, so much brain fog. I have had an incredibly busy week. This is kind of this bottom bit here is a breakdown of how I spent my time this week. Each of those lines are a half hour, and this doesn't include time spent driving into town, which I did on 2 of these days. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, yes, I've done a heck of a lot this week, and there was not much downtime in there, so no wonder I am feeling tired and headachy today. But unfortunately, with Armageddon around the corner, I kind of have to keep going, though I will try and make today as relaxed as I can. But yeah, looking at this week, my achievement, is how much time I spent on writing this week, despite having a very busy week. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. Thank you, Duck. I find that the colors help me kind of recognize where I'm spending my time, because I can be very good at kind of deceiving myself if I'm not careful. But yeah, draft 2 is your nano project. Excellent. This is actually quite cool. I and a writing friend in Christchurch got interviewed by Christchurch City Libraries for their podcast talking about nano. Oh, and we've got Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hello. How are we doing?
Pretty good. I'm just telling the stream about my exciting news for the week, which is that myself and Judy got interviewed by Christchurch City Libraries for a podcast about NaNoWriMo.
Oh, cool.
The problem is they got me and Judy, interviewed us both for a 5-minute slot. So as you can imagine, I think we had so much more than would fit in 5 minutes. But it was a really awesome experience. And the podcast, once it's gone out it's going to air on Plains FM in early November, and then be available.
Such a cool local radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kids at school do stuff on Plains FM, like the radio club.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have all sorts of like cool community like stuff. I just think it's such a cool radio station. What's happening with NaNoWriMo? Last time I talked to Judy about, like, I have just been like not paying attention, to that of all the things. Last time I talked to Judy about NaNoWriMo, she was like, "Oh, yeah, it might kind of be imploding." Is it okay?
It is okay.
Okay.
From what I understand, the bigger organization is making some changes that a lot of people are like, this isn't why. Okay. And Judy has strong feelings about those, but as I don't really feel like much of that actually impacts us.
Okay. What's it about? Like, is it to do with like setting different goals, or is it like?
This is really bad. Judy told me, and I was thinking about something else.
It's all good. You're quite right. I'm not that invested. I used to be the person. It used to be me and Judy back in the day, but I have, pulled back. Obviously.
Yep. What was I saying? There was just so much going on that I have not had one of those moments where I've like been like physically saying yep and talking to someone and my mind was like completely somewhere else.
Really? That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. It was a bit alarming, actually. But what's really cool is that the libraries have got on board, and there are I think 3 libraries doing physical meetups this year.
Write-ins.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, we used to do them in the libraries back pre-COVID. Yeah. We used to do write-ins for NaNoWriMo in the libraries, and like quite a few libraries
organized and endorsed write-ins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in the past we just got free hosting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another writing friend is now working for the libraries. You know Natalie?
Natalie
Anderson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bishopdale Library.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh. Natalie Anderson.
What
just
the heck?
Natalie Anderson. So Natalie Anderson, I don't even know if we have viewers, I haven't opened up YouTube. Natalie Anderson is like a top tier Mills and Boon writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Duck My Square said, so what is NaNoWriMo? It's a school thing where thousands of people around the world come together, commit to writing a novel, and that's all the time we have. It was pretty much that, except that she was very kind and let us continue to talk. And she was like, I will edit this down somehow.
Nice. I mean,
Yeah.
it is it's the first time I ever finished a novel was during NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily do NaNoWriMo as it's intended now, but I think those first few books, like when you're still kind of learning to trust yourself as a writer to show up and get the job done, it's so helpful.
Yeah.
But I guess now that I write all year round, every year, even if I'm not like writing first draft, I'm working on projects that when it comes to November, I'm like, where am I? I'm never at the start of a thing. Like I'm always like, I'm 2/3 way through an edit. I guess I'll finish it by the end of November. And like, yeah, I will, but I would have anyway. But yeah.
Duck says, library writings last year really helped me kick off in the right gear. I did 2 writings in one day and hit 5,000 words. And
Nice.
Sage says, kia ora. Hi, Sage.
Kia ora, Sage.
Oh,
yeah, I like the library environment for writing.
Yeah.
And just being surrounded by books sort of feels vaguely like, I can see my goals. But I do find that my productivity varies dramatically. And I do wonder if the library has anything to do with it, or if it's actually just based on where I am in the story.
Interesting, yeah. My first published book grew out of a NaNoWriMo project, and I completely forgot to mention that in the interview.
Yeah. Well, my first NaNoWriMo finished project was a retelling of Persuasion. But It was very different from the one that, it wasn't a queer retelling. It was very different. So I've been toying with the idea of retelling Persuasion right from the get-go. It was always my favorite Jane Austen, but it didn't go anywhere, that one. I still have it, but
I've already shared my achievement for the week, my big news, I guess, but
yes.
What have everyone else, what have you achieved this week, if you feel like sharing? Or we could just talk about how much we love Persuasion.
I feel like we've had that conversation before on here. First week of term for me, I'm a high school English teacher, and it's term 4, so it's the last term before summer holidays. And this time last week, Gillian was here at my house.
Enjoying
and I was up in the white whistle. Oh, yes, it's on the wall in my bedroom. A friend gave me that.
Yeah, but if you look behind Amy, you can see a dining room table. That's where I was.
Oh, right. Which is, it's not actually that covered in stuff. You got to see our house as tidy and clean as it ever gets. And it wasn't even that tidy and clean.
I have a confession. I've come away with some of your bills and mail. Like when I leave when I go to drive out, I'm always like, better check the letterbox, and then I put your mail on my passenger seat, thinking I will bring it into the house when I get back. And for whatever reason, I didn't do it, and then I drove to Omaha.
Just drop it off sometime. I'm sure it's nothing urgent.
I'm coming into town today, so I will do that.
Okay. Perfect.
Either today or tomorrow.
What was I going to say? First week of term, I achieved I'm still alive. It's always so brutal going back into routine after holidays and no routine. But I did
Yeah.
write all the way through the holidays. And as soon as we got back and I started going back to school, I stopped writing, which was, but I'll try and get back into it today.
Yeah.
Just so tired.
Yeah. What else?
What have you got there?
Oh,
your teapot. Do you know our teapot? Our teapot, the one that you used, the kids saw it on the bench because you'd used it and cleaned it, and so it's sitting on the bench. When they came in, they're like, "Is that ours?" Because we never use it. We're such coffee drinkers that we have this posh teapot, but my children, who are 11 and 12, had never seen it. Like, that's not ours. Whose is that? It's like,
I was like,
ours.
I had to get a chair to go get the teapot down, and I was like, this must be like a special teapot reserved only for like one type of tea, because you get those really fancy teapots made in one place in China with this clay that absorbs the tea, so you can only ever use it with one kind of tea. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not. I hope I'm not like destroying Amy's carefully cultivated teapot.
I don't have any carefully cultivated anything. I have children. Like all of my anything I was precious about, I had to stop being precious about a long time ago now. And tea was never one of those things. I've never been a tea drinker. I think I got it here though. I feel like I got it from like Trade Aid or something.
Yeah, I've seen similar teapots in Tease Me and the Majestic Tea Bar, which is why I continued to take the teapot out, even though I had all of these. I hope I'm not.
Oh, you're fine. And it's glazed on the inside. Yeah. It's quite beautiful and quite enjoyable to use. There used to be, before the earthquake, there was a place called Yaya Tea House, I think. And it was in those little lanes in Christchurch City that were like behind High Street.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
All those ones that fell down. So it's completely gone. They may have rebranded and be Majestic or something now, but they were Yaya Tea House, and it was like you go in and you pretty much have to sit on cushions on the floor, and they did like tea tastings. And Luke's company, that's my husband, his company did like a staff social club thing there, and so we went and we got to try all these different teas, and they had like specific temperature the water has to be, and how many minutes and seconds it gets brewed for. It was so pedantic. It was like a wine tasting, but with you had to do the task as well. Like you had to make and drink and taste all the different. First flush Darjeeling something. We're like, it tastes like water.
Yeah.
Completely wasted on me.
It sounds so much fun.
It was. And the little cookies.
Yes. Sage says, my mum always said you can have nice things or you can have kids and all pets. And yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. We think every now and then we should get a new couch, because our couch, you can you sit on it and you're like, I can feel the structure. Like it's not that fat anymore in the places where people sit all the time, because it's been used as a climbing frame and a bed and a sofa for a decade. And it probably wasn't a particularly fancy piece of furniture when we got it. But Luke's like, there's no point. We still have kids at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
will spill their entire nachos on it the day it has been brought into the house. And then we'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
One day.
Duck finished work on draft 1 and started the plot changes this week for draft 2, so is feeling pretty happy. That is an awesome achievement. And Sage uploaded the spicy fic I was brainstorming with the writing partner last weekend, which, yay, look at us achieving things.
Yep. I'm thinking now, I did do some author business stuff this week. I have a couple of promos going with Book Funnel. Well, they're not mine, but I'm in them, you know. So I sent newsletters, and there's something else. Oh, and I did my cover reveal because I got my new covers back
Yes,
from
you
a
did.
designer. Yeah. So I feel like I kind of suck at all that fanfare kind of stuff of trying to be excited. I am excited. It just doesn't show. You know, I think it might be a New Zealand thing. I'm like, yay! That's it. That's my whole cheerleading act.
I think we're all just really tired right now because we have election nonsense, which, you know, is exhausting. And then it is...
it's election day today.
Yep.
So go and vote. I haven't voted yet. I'm going to vote
and
today.
Share a photo of your dog while you're at the voting booth with me.
I don't have a dog, but I'll try and get a photo of someone else's dog at the voting booth.
Yep, I've got the spin-offs, Dogs of the Elections live updates going.
Yeah, you've got to find some joy in it because it is terrifying otherwise. Just the sheer like unhingedness of someone who could actually become like, you know, second in command, for want of a better term. Yeah. Some of the people who I'm like looking at going, seriously, we're going to potentially put you in charge of like foreign affairs and then what? Yeah, no, it's pretty scary. Yeah. But, you know, that'll be my evening's entertainment. I was actually thinking I'll watch like a little bit of election coverage and then something else entirely. And then, you know, I think I'm going to need to, usually I would just watch the election coverage on election night.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can hack it this year.
Yeah. It's kind of, I'm going to dip in, get a sense of the results, and then Minecraft or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was considering a Good Omens rewatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have won 6 months of Amazon Prime, which I haven't started yet. So,
have you watched the second season?
A Good Omens marathon.
Have you watched the second season of Good Omens?
Not yet, but I've read every spoiler I could find for
it. Yeah. No, I have become mildly obsessed. I don't know about mildly, actually. And you know what? I mentioned it to some of my students. I have some wonderful students, some wonderful, like, nerdy year 12s who like write fan fiction and stuff. And I mentioned to them, they're like, oh, we were talking about what have you been reading over the holidays? And I said, quite a lot of Good Omens fan fiction. And one of them turned around and said to me, and they were like, oh, I wrote one.
Oh my gosh.
Good work, you. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a grateful, obsessed community. Thanks you. We should do our starter, shouldn't we? We've just been yammering on.
Yes. Let's see. Sage has started a virtual whiteboard for planning another fic, as if he doesn't already have a dozen fics on the go. I respect that. And Duck says, in other news, New Zealand has way more slang than I thought. I might have to purposely slip some more in. Although I'm not sure how thematic it would be to have main character get up at a sparrow fart.
That's a good one.
Sage.
Sparrow's fart. It's got to have apostrophe S. Possessive. The sparrow owns the fart.
Yep, and Sage says the ineffable husbands with 3 exclamation marks. So we've got another Good Omens person here.
Ineffable idiots.
And I have writer school brain. Jamie shared a meme that is just Bert and Ernie dressed as Crowley and Aziraphale, and it works so beautifully.
Facebook keeps giving me that little prompt. Do you want to see more content like this under Good Omens post? And I always click yes. So I'm just getting, my Facebook feed is now just like almost entirely Good Omens with the occasional crazy uncle conspiracy theorist, and then back to the Good Omens. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is a good ratio. I can handle this now.
Nice. Sage
Brilliant. I
says,
fixed Facebook.
I have a portrait of Sir Terry Pratchett that watches over me when I write.
Nice.
That is lovely.
I have a whole wall of Terry Pratchett books in my corridor that watches me when I sleep. Is that creepy? I'm ready.
Yep. I am also ready. I'm going to, what we do now is that I remember to change the text to 5-minute warm-up. And then I'm going to pull a card from the tarot deck. We've got the Son of Cups depicted as a white signet next to a goblet that seems to be like exploding rainbows and darkness.
Sounds like good omens.
Yeah.
Exploding rainbows and darkness.
Everyone here knows what we do with these, and I've still got a headache, so I'm just going to say 5 minutes writing.
What's Son of Cups about? Sorry, I don't know tarot from anything.
Artistic, introspective. Like all of the Cups family, the son truly excels within the arts. He's usually a musician or a visual artist of some kind, and he finds success within his field. His natural tendency to look inward adds to his charm and mystique. To others, he may seem secretive and even peaceful, while deep inside he carries a dark kernel of intensity. I've been watching too much true crime because my first thought is serial killer.
Yeah, I got that a little bit. I don't even watch true crime, so that's not that.
Okay, good.
It's the calm
dark
on the
kernel of
surface.
Intensity.
What the hell's going on in the middle there? Yeah. Sounds like a good character.
Yeah. So the in tarot, the kings and queens, and or in this case, the sons, daughters, mothers, and fathers are usually people in your life, but I also interpret them as like qualities I want to nurture, or or potentially characters in your work. Oh my gosh, I cannot hold a thought today. But yes,
right. We should just start writing. I think you've given us heaps there. Maybe you should go and take some Panadol or something.
I've already got the Panadol. I'm waiting for it to kick in, but let's take 5 minutes.
Okay.
Not 1 hour, gosh.
We all know what you mean.
5 minutes starting now. Okay, that was our 5 minutes up. I actually got a good lot written there. Oh, nice work,
Bit
Amy.
of age.
Um,
Just brain vomit, really.
I wound up thinking about how I kind of need to rekindle or refuel my dark kernel of intensity so that I just need to like build up that excitement for writing, and I want to get myself super enthused about my NaNoWriMo project.
What is your NaNoWriMo project?
Serious Crew. I am
Oh, yay!
finishing book 2 and potentially starting book 3.
Oh, wow. I didn't think I even clicked that there was more. Like, I know that the first one doesn't, it's not all tied in a bow, but it does feel like an ending. So
Yep,
I wasn't sure that there was more.
yep.
But I've only read an early draft of it, so maybe it's different.
Yep, I don't think much has actually changed since the draft that you read. Like, there are things that I need to change, but they're like surface level plot things rather than character things.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, what did you write about if you want to share?
I think, similar, and I have been neglecting that part of myself this week, in favor of just trying to get my head back into work. But it seems like a good thing, to be like, okay, I'll just put that aside while I focus on surviving and getting on top of my job. But I think the thing with, well, for me, writing is both energy depleting and energy giving. And so when I don't do it, I kind of end up less able for everything else. So even though I'm tired, I don't have to write every day, it's okay. But actually, I'm less tired when I write in some ways. So it's like I just have to kind of pretend to be better, and then I feel better. If I pretend to have enough energy to write, and then I just open my thing and just do a few lines even, then afterward I'm like, I feel so much better that it's I end up with more energy, basically.
That's really awesome. I'm stealing that.
Getting over that thing in my head that says, you're too tired, don't push yourself, which is a totally reasonable thing. Like I do believe that, when you're tired, don't push yourself, you need to rest. But the things that I do for rest are not necessarily helping, and writing actually as a restful thing that I do find writing almost as good as rest, and a kind of rest. It's not work, but I don't know. I do think when you're a writer and you have been writing for a while, it sort of is such a part of who you are that when you don't do it, you become not such a nice person.
Yes, I get so it's like being hangry. Like
Yeah.
that says
I lash
writing is
out.
like walking, exhausting but invigorating, and has posted their warm up on the Discord and Sage was just noodling on things I need to get in place for the projects I want to work on this weekend.
Nice.
So it sounds like it's been really a good little warm up for all of us. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. And Sage is like, yes, it's exactly like being hangry. I am glad.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I did not have breakfast this morning. I should probably do that.
Yep. 20 minutes. I'm going to read Duck's warm up, and then I'm actually going to do my daily and I think weekly planning, because I think that will help me feel a lot more on top of in control of my life.
Yeah. I am going to dive into my book, figure out where I was up to a week ago when I stopped working on it. I'm writing a medical romance at the moment, so I'm like 32,000 words into what will hopefully be about 50. So getting there.
Yeah.
That is what I will be doing.
Awesome.
And then sometime in there, I'll be like, okay, I've started now. It's safe to stop and go and get something to eat.
Thank you, Sage. With Jamie away, somebody has to remind me to change things, and it looks like Sage is stepping up. Okay. 20 minutes starting now. Okay, that is the end of our first sprint. We've been joined by Penumbra. I cannot actually see Penumbra Mine MM Ward, also known as Maggie or Mama Maggie if you are Jenna. But yeah, it is good to see you. Having highlighted, there we go. I could not figure out how to unshare a chat. How did you get on?
About 360 words.
Nice.
So that's pretty good. I did not stop for breakfast yet, but I might do that at the start of the next sprint. How did you go?
I finished my daily planning and started my kind of review of the week I've just had. And I also checked the what is it? The Dogs at Polling Booths page, and the 9:45 a.m. pup is no name sent with this one, but my forensic analysis of the photo reveals that this gorgeous hound is voting at Christchurch South Library, and it is a dog that I may have met before.
Well, because pretty much every dog in that whole neighborhood you have house sat.
Oh, there is a dog, a black dog, very similar to this dog, who is sometimes waiting outside the library, and this dog is so lovely. She will let anyone pet her, and she's just really.
There they are. Anonymous pup with soulful eyes.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, yep. that is our library where we go and write on Tuesdays. Well, I don't because I have to have a day job, but I would, or I do in the holidays.
Yep. So Maggie says, how is your spring coming along? Winter has arrived with -4 degrees Celsius this morning. Wow, that is very unfair. Oh, a new dog. They're updating every 15 minutes. So we've got a very handsome boy.
I put the link in the chat on YouTube so people can see our silliness.
Yep. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, that seems really, really soon, though.
What seems soon?
Maggie having to crack ice on the water troughs this morning.
Far out. Where does Maggie live?
I forget. I will let
Midwest.
you share that. But yeah, in terms of weather, I'm out in North Canterbury. It is blustery.
It's blowing a gale.
Yeah, it is. It is cold enough that I have got my flannel jacket on.
She's in Colorado.
Oh yeah,
I've been to Colorado.
Yay!
I did a student exchange. I did a degree in English and American Studies, and I did a student exchange my last year of my degree, and went and studied at Laramie at University of Wyoming. So I had to go. I flew into Denver and then got on a bus, but I came back to visit places in Colorado a few times. We had friends who I spent Christmas with in. Oh, I can't think of the name of the place. I'm going to say like Mountain View or something. It was like a little new town subdivision-y kind of spot. Just out of Colorado Springs, I think. And there was no snow at Christmas. Well, there was like snow on the ground in patches, but it wasn't snowing. It wasn't cold. It was gorgeous, actually. But we did go and cut down a Christmas tree, which was a very like, I've stepped into the postcard kind of moment.
Yep. Oh.
It's a beautiful country. But yeah, it's very warm here. Feels like election day.
Yep. I got distracted looking at the photo. That is quite incredible. That like it doesn't look real. It looks like a painting.
Which photo?
That Maggie shared there. Here it is a few days ago.
Oh, right. Sorry, I haven't looked at that.
And yeah. Sage lost power just under 5 p.m. yesterday and didn't get it back until 2 a.m. this morning.
Oh, wow.
Not
What's on
far
top of that
at all.
mountain? Is that like a castle up there? Oh, those are the Castle Mountains, right? That's the name of them. Yeah, I definitely had lots of moments when we were there of just feeling like I'd stepped into a postcard or a movie. And Laramie, Wyoming is like cowboy country, so you really genuinely feel like you've stepped into the Wild West. It was bizarre. But this was like 2005, so 17, 18 years ago. Yeah, at this time, I was sort of in the middle of that. No, it's crazy. It's a long time ago.
Yep. Okay. I have to wait 15 minutes for a new dog. So
Oh, they only do them every 15 minutes.
yes.
That is brutal. What?
Well, it's good because otherwise I would not
you wouldn't get anything done today.
Yeah.
You've got Zorro at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
A spin-off adjacent dog at St Mark's Church on Remuera Road in Auckland.
He looks so dignified. He looks like he's thought very carefully about his vote.
Yeah, he does. He's got a collar that I feel like implies where that vote is going.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to say anything, are we, Gillian? Oh my gosh, I have to tell you one funny story before we do the thing. So, because there's like laws in New Zealand about what you can say and can't say on election day. Like you're not allowed to like influence anyone's vote. And there's a political poetry event on today in Dunedin.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was teaching my year 12s about Chris Teese, who is our poet laureate. And he is a gay Chinese man and an amazing poet, or Chinese New Zealand man. And so I was sharing, his work with them, trying to make sure that they are kind of aware of some of the poets that might come up in their external exams next month.
Yeah.
And I did like a wee Google because I was like, I mean, he's a millennial. He's like my age. I should be able to find videos of him like talking about himself on the internet. Surely. Turns out he's not that kind of millennial. But I did find in my like searching, there were not very many videos at all. But I did find an article, I think it's a spin-off article, that like popped up because it was recent. And he's part of this poetry event in Dunedin today. And they've been threatened with being shut down because they're probably in breach of the Electoral Act because they're going to be talking about politics in their poetry and it's election day. And so what he has done is threatened that if it gets shut down, he, instead of reading political poetry, is going to read erotic fan fiction about Orange Guy.
Oh, dear.
Orange Guy is like the election mascot. He's the one who tells everyone where to vote and what to do. He's like a little cartoon orange person. Yes. Anyway, the Year 12s loved it. I think they liked that more than they liked anything else about him because, they're 16-year-olds and I'm trying to make them care about poetry. But yeah.
Let's dive in to our second sprint. We are not being the most productive stream today, but that is probably good. I think maybe this is what we need.
Yeah.
20 minutes starting now. Okay, that is the end of our second sprint. We have a very good boy, Tasman. We had a before and after shot of Tasman voting in 2020 and then again today.
That's cool.
Yep.
Oh, I did 557 words. I'll take that.
That's really great.
Still haven't had breakfast.
Well, it is 10:30, which is generally kind of the halfway point of the stream, and I am out of tea. So,
well, can't have that. I'm thinking I
no.
might need to put some hash browns in the oven.
Yes. Oh, yes. Hash browns are fantastic.
They really are. And then I'll like scribble some eggs, do a proper start to the day kind of a feast. And
Yeah.
might get my daughter to get off TV. She's been watching all morning. She did say she was going to do something else.
Yeah.
We'll see. Right, so I might mute myself for a bit and go and deal with that and get some food.
Sounds good. Maggie shared that there was some very questionable Obama Bidenship fan fiction. Yep.
Oh,
I think that was in response to Orange Man erotic fanfic.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. The thing is, Orange Man is a cartoon character. Why is my dog thing not updating? What am I doing wrong?
I had to refresh.
Yeah, I thought I just did.
Sage said sometimes you need to stroll instead of sprinting. It is definitely a strolling sort of a day today. And Sage's writing partner got home, so they've been brainstorming some stuff for one of their fics and brainstorming with another writing friend for yet another new fic. Yes, you have a problem, but it's a good problem to have. Oh, that sounds absolutely delightful.
Although you could not make me eat black pudding if you paid me. But other than that, spot on.
I'm just
actually vegetarian now. But back in the day when I ate meat, I still wouldn't eat black pudding.
Yep. I have some halloumi in the fridge.
Ooh.
But I also need to get somewhere fast. So maybe I can take the halloumi with me, and that will be tea tonight.
That's a good thought. Halloumi is a good meal. What are we doing for dinner tonight? I don't know. I sort of have penciled in writers group, but I don't know if it's actually happening. And I think people are just going to be like, nah, I'm just going to watch the election results. So I suspect it's not happening, which is fine because I don't actually have anything to take. Everything I'm working on is either too late in the process to take to writers group or too early in the process to take to writers group. So
yeah. Okay, let's disappear, refuel ourselves, and all of that necessary stuff. And we will be back when we are back. And I've lost my mouse, and I found it. Okay. Short break in progress. Be back soon. Okay, I am back. I have made myself a cheese plate, refilled my teapot, whoops, knocked over some water bottles, and I'm still feeling headachy, so I'm going to take some ibuprofen in addition to the Panadol. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Yes, so let's go and refresh and see what good boys there are waiting for us. Another spin-off adjacent dog, Hugo. Oh, he's gorgeous. Lovely. Okay, Amy is still cooking or acquiring breakfast, which is good because breakfast, you know, is a very serious business and should be approached with a lot of thought and care and, you know, time. I've made myself a cheese plate with various crackers, cheeses, some walnuts, and some leftover veggies. Hello, Amy.
Hello. I have an omelette on toast.
Nice.
Hash browns are still in the oven because they take time.
Yep. My mum hosted book club a few nights ago, so we've got like a fridge full
leftover
of
snacks.
cheese. Yes.
Excellent.
Yep. Sage is still just brainstorming. I am
it's all part of it.
Yeah, I was making really good progress on sort of organizing my next week. I go up to Auckland on Thursday. Friday, I will be setting up at Armageddon, and then
cool.
Armageddon starts early. We're open to the public for 3 hours Friday night, all day Saturday, and then I believe it's all day Sunday, all day Monday, and then we pack up.
Wow, that's intense. That's so exciting. I'm going to Auckland the following weekend, taking a group of students who have got through to the nationals for future problem solving. So that'll be fun. Yeah. It's like the nerdiest club in the world. So cool.
Yep. Oh, Maggie's making tuna casserole for the child and chili with macaroni for themselves. Yum. Nice. Yep. Let's jump back into it. I feel like I'm sort of starting to wake up a bit.
Good.
But we have rambled so long, there may be a new dog for us. No.
Very, very shortly. There will be, won't there?
Yep. And
the most recent one is still Hugo.
Yep. Thag says, Jamie, you look so different. Yeah. This is quite a transformation. Jamie has become Amy, an entirely different person.
But we rhyme.
Yep, Thag, it is Jamie's birthday today, so he is taking the day off to celebrate, you know, as proper on your birthday.
Yeah, and they've been like working at polling stations and stuff all week because we've got voting is open for like a whole couple of weeks before the elections here, so they deserve a day off.
Yes. Yep. You will get. Oh, we've been updated. We've got Quinn now.
Excellent.
Quinn looks magnificent, and I love her pointy ears. Her owner would like to point out that her outfit, is not a reflection of her political views.
Which party is pink?
ACT.
Oh. Yeah, true. Oh, good doggy.
Isn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's even got like a yellow tag. Okay, well that's good to know.
Hi,
'Cause that
Elena.
scared me. She said hi, Elena.
Hi.
Yeah.
What have you got for breakfast, Missy?
A toast.
A cheese toasty, breakfast of champions.
Yes.
And you're going to do some crafts in your bedroom. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe do some writing with us later on if you like. Yeah. All right. Bye.
I'm still there on the video.
Yeah, because that video is like 2 seconds behind the actual. This is the actual. Yeah. All righty.
Okay.
Shall we write?
Yes, let's get to work. 20 minutes when I find my timer. 20 minutes starting now. Okay, that is the end of I don't know what number sprint. 3 maybe? Yeah. But yeah, I am continuing to get myself organized for next week. I'm making myself a to-do list. My goals for next week are both to kind of get as much Armageddon prep as I can, but also get as much of my freelance projects off my plate so that November can be all about nano. Oh, whoops.
Nice.
Sage says,
Well,
I don't know either, and we forgot to change the banner again. Yes, we did.
Oops. Yeah, just while you're eating. Louis just back from his art club.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Duck's second draft is accidentally getting a little smuttier in the rewrite. That is very funny. Sage is still brainstorming on the 2 different projects, and Maggie has finished another beta reading chapter and is now loading the dishwasher, and Sage is very enthusiastic about the art club.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's loving it. Louis, what are you doing at art club? He's probably already got his headphones on. He he only gets to do it for 1 term of the year. It's so popular at school that they have to split it up into 4 groups.
Wow, that's awesome.
It just goes on a Saturday morning for like an hour and a half. Or maybe it's 2 hours. Yeah, 9 till 11. Yeah, no, it's very cool. He's loving it. He's always been quite a good little artist. Likes to... He has weird, like, ways of doing things. Like, doesn't draw things the same way as... most kids kind of draw people in the same way and animals. There's kind of... Yeah, and he's always done things a bit differently. So, yeah, it'll be cool. I think there's a night at school soon, like all the senior artist students do like folios. They do like 3 or 4 big panels. And before they send them off for marking, they do a folio night at school. So you can go in and like look at all the students' art. So it's quite cool. We'll go along and see that. Yeah, it's pretty amazing what some of them do. It's just, they're so young and they just make this incredible work. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I wrote 484 words in that time and ate quite a lot of food and got some more. So
nice.
Like the food is helping. The food is definitely helping.
Yeah. Sage says that they have the opposite problem. The fic he uploaded today was meant to be a plot, and it ended up getting angsty emotional baggage because, of course, it's Sage writing it.
Let's be honest. That's why we don't go to fan fiction for plot. We go to fan fiction for angsty emotional baggage and smart. Like, why are we pretending to be anything other than what we are?
So
oh my
going
gosh, these
back,
are epic. The one after Quinn has got a hat.
Oh yes.
And there's one dressed as a bumblebee. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, we've got Kevin. Kevin haunts the voters of Northland.
It's called out because then you've got Tuk Tuk Peanut and Fig dressed in costume.
Tuk Tuk Peanut.
Oh my goodness.
I thought that Fig was a toy dog for ages until I realized that Fig is wearing a hat.
Yeah, Fig is wearing a hat. I'm voting for an end to live animal exports and all free biscuits.
This young black lab border collie cross hates rabbits but loves democracy.
I love it. Tuk Tuk and Fig or Tuk Tuk Peanut and Fig are voting for an end to live animal exports and also free biscuits. Oh, they're free biscuits.
Mr. Dexter, at your service. Mr. Dexter, first name Mr., last name Dexter. Kept an eye on things at Greytown Town Hall. 10 out of 10 dog, 10 out of 10 Swanee.
They're getting closer together. These ones are all 5 minutes apart.
Yep, things are picking up here, and we've got a lot of voting dogs coming through, so time to speed this up.
I love it.
Yep. Okay. Also on HK, and told her that you're on Saturday morning sprint, so you're writing in the future. We are in the future.
New Zealand's always in the future.
Yep. HK
Sure
Dartford
always.
hosts a very lovely, chill writing stream that I joined throughout this week. But yes, okay, let's get back to work.
Yes. We
Let's
shall.
have another 20 minutes starting now. Okay. The election dogs are coming in every 5 minutes, which is really exciting. And I am continuing to make progress with my weekly planning. I have forgotten to eat my snacks, so I need to concentrate on that. Yeah, after our next sprint, which will be our final sprint, I've got to pack up and head into Christchurch, where I'm house sitting overnight. So yeah, I'm going to try and finish my planning so that I can sort of start getting myself organized for that. How did you go, Amy?
Good, but I can't find the mark where I said that I started for this sprint, so I don't know. Like probably similar to last time, like 400 or something. 400 something. So anyway, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Bug says, work is the thing where I'm at. That was for our last sprint. So hopefully you've been continuing to make progress with your work. Sage is calling it a night. It is after midnight and H has already gone off to bed. Great work, Sage. Well done.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If not, have a great rest of your week. Duck says, help, the smut is spreading. I don't think any of us can help with that.
No. We are not the antidote you are looking for.
Yep. Thanks, Sage. I am inclined to start our next sprint immediately. Oh, is it at, no, that's not the mug I thought it was. I enjoyed your
This one
collection.
says author motivation kit, just
Oh,
add
yes,
coffee.
yes, it is. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Author motivation kit, just add coffee.
Just what I did.
Good.
Almost out.
Okay.
So one more sprint.
Yes.
It'll take us almost to midday. Perfect.
20 minutes starting now. Okay. We have indeed got a extreme wind warning. I was absent because I finished my planning and was starting to put things together ready to hop in my car and head out.
Nice. I thought you might have gone to see what your phone was freaking out about.
No. But yeah, I will be extra cautious driving into town, but other than that, no real changes to my plans.
No, me neither. I think I'm going to go take my daughter to horse riding and then vote. And I might take pity on my son and drive him to his friend's house rather than making him bike in this. But other than that,
Yep. There's been no.
today.
It's just wind, Maggie. It hasn't. There haven't been any other related warnings.
I mean, I've heard some sirens, but to be honest, I live in town. That could be any number of things.
Yep. We've been updated with Zebby, who is coordinating with the voting signs by wearing orange. And he's extremely polite and courteous and sometimes gives people frights by silently standing right next to them without them realizing.
I love it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that greyhound poodle is quite cute.
Duck my squee, that sounds not great. I love the name Morag, and I will need to give it to somebody.
I think you might, yeah. I'm stoked. I've written 2,317 words this morning. The hell?
Yep.
After a week of not writing,
Little River is gorgeous. I think she might have heterochromia. Her eyes look like they're different colors, or.
Ooh,
but she is beautiful. And Maggie has to go out in half an hour and cover all their plants. Duck says the northwesterly plays my house like a guitar. Yikes.
Yeah, it is that wind, isn't it? It's the nor'wester and it's nuts. But I'm enjoying the heat. The sun is nice. Just hope we don't have any trees come down. It's always stressful.
Yes. George and I were house sitting my sister and brother-in-law's place. I think this might have been after you left, but before I moved in with Chloe, we had some extreme windy days, and George was not happy. It's the first time I've seen him react to the weather.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty. I'll just turn my thing around. Like that. Can you see?
Yep.
Those trees are really moving, eh?
Yep. But that night, there was this one night, we've just got all this wind going, and George is really agitated, but I let him outside to, do his nightly toilet stop. Yeah. And then I realized it's been a few minutes and he's not back. And I look out and the wind has blown the gate open.
Yeah.
So I call George, he doesn't come. I rush out to the gate. I'm thinking, he is gone out. He may be on the road somewhere. I'm really panicking. I lock the gate. I shut the gate to, on the chance that he is inside, that he doesn't have the chance to then escape. But while in the time it takes me to turn around and shut the gate, George collides with my leg. Like he's obviously gotten out, had been really frightened and a bit upset. And when he heard my voice, he just hurled himself at me.
Oy.
So I had a dog pretty much attached to me for the rest of the night, poor thing. But yeah, let's have a look. I don't know if I saw Zebby. Yes, no, yep. Zebby with the orange, yep.
Yeah. Morag and Oscar the Grudel. Grudel is so cute.
Yes.
Greyhound.
And then there was the lovely little one, not Rata. Well, Rata is lovely, but then there was Bolty, an unimpressed first timer who we had quite some time ago.
Yes. Yeah. At 11:20. Rather unimpressed by the whole cast your vote for democracy fiasco. Word has it he would have rather been at the butcher. Well, sure.
Yeah.
Voting for his favourite cut of meat. And there's a rooster! The one below Volty is Rooster.
Oh,
Rooster
yes.
accompanied his flatmate to an early vote and only barked once outside, despite hating missing out on important activities. That is a tiny dog. That one's head doesn't even get up to the arrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a toy.
Maggie says, I have a dog named Zui who will pull that kind of vanishing act. Then she is super clingy because the world is scary. The world is scary. Okay, I am going to say goodbye now because I need to get myself organized and head into town.
Awesome. Well, have a safe trip, and
we will
see you
be
tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow.
Undecided. Yeah, we will be back tomorrow with Jamie, who will be a year older. If you haven't said happy birthday, Jamie, Facebook or the Discord is probably the best place to do it. Nice. And Maggie says doggos at the polling places should be the law. Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree with
really,
that.
it just lifts the tone of the whole debacle.
Yes.
It really does.
Give elections more dignity, don't they?
Yes, there's not enough dignity, that's for damn sure. Yeah. It's also I do think they're good at bringing people together when they are perhaps feeling a little bit divided. We can all agree that dog is gorgeous, even if we can't agree on, how to fix things in the country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that it's John Campbell and Hilary Barry doing the election night coverage. They both make me feel safer than some of the other politicians, some of the other journalists. They are both such national treasures. They're like mother and father of the nation, really, aren't they?
Okay. Let's say goodbye. I was looking at the dogs again. I was admiring Zebby. But it has been lovely having your company today, Amy. And
thanks for having
me. Duck, Sage is already gone, but Thug, it was really cool hanging out with you all today. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.